Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast, y'all. This is Messy Thoughts, and I'm one of your hosts, BJ.
And I'm LeBron, the other host of this podcast. And don't you ever forget it.
Nobody would ever forget that.
No, I don't think they can.
Anyway.
Are you the messy or are you the thought? Have you ever thought about that?
What about the messy, the thought? Well, right now, the thought.
I think you're the thought.
I'm the thought.
You're the thought and the thought. Like you thought that.
Yes.
And I'm just the messy.
Yes.
Like I think that really
Messy chaos.
Messy chaos. I do try to bring a little fun to this podcast and to our viewers. Hi, viewers. I hope you're having a good week.
Messy thoughts. Messy thoughts. Messy thoughts. Messy thoughts. Messy thoughts.
I believe the children are the future. I'm ready.
Teach them well in.
Let them lead the way.
Show them what?
Show them how to get inside. Give them a chance to shine. Is that it?
Give them a sense. Give them a sense of pride.
Listen, that Whitney Houston CD, the cover where she's in that blue room with her foot up and she's drilling the wall and she's going, the best cover of all time.
I was listening to Whitney Houston on my way here. I think it was How
Did
Will I
you?
Know? Yeah, it was like, how will I know? Don't trust the feeling.
How will I know? She really went in the studio that day and was just wailing.
Whitney Houston, what a voice.
Dude. Like, sorry.
No, you're good. Should we get some like nicknames for these pods? Like, you know, like our little alter egos.
I would love one.
Well, let's workshop that. Well,
Like a name.
yeah, I got an
Like
idea.
Starlight Dust Blue 7.
No,
Okay.
I don't. But I've been just thinking of like merch things that I want to do because I really want to get some shirts that say The Familiar. Wouldn't
that would be good.
So cute?
That
like
would be good.
Like some hats to say The Familiar. And what is that like? What if we like people who like us? Those are our fans' names, The Familiar.
Yeah, like we price the hoodies appropriately, and then come winter, everyone's wearing the Familiar hoodie. I would personally love that.
I want one just because. Like I want one that says The Familiar, and I want a hat that says The Familiar.
That's the great thing about a podcast is like you organically just create like little inside jokes and things that you like know. Like on Baba Monet, I think on Reddit, someone asked like, and you love her and she's sober. Like if you don't know where that is from or you didn't listen to that episode, every time they say that on the pod, you're very confused. You're like,
Right.
What does that mean?
Right.
But like with the Familiar, we know what that means because
Yes.
we've been mentioning on this pod for a long time.
Yes. I think when I finally do get somebody, I'm gonna call them my familiar. Like I'm waiting to get a familiar.
It's like in your phone is the Familiar. Like that's who texts you with a heart next to it. Low key.
Wait, is that what yours is under your name? I think you should change it just because. I think it'd be funny.
When I date someone, I always just put the first letter of their name in the phone. Like it's just one letter. So his is like a whatever. And
Ooh, you were good.
we're bleeping it. It's fine.
That was good.
We're bleeping it.
You almost spilled the beans.
I almost spelled it out for you guys, but we won't be doing that. So
Real quick though, guess what? I called my grandmother yesterday because it was her birthday. I'm like, Granny, happy birthday.
Yeah.
The first thing she said to me, what's that in your nose? How about
listeners, if you can't see BJ right now, he has a gold septum piercing.
Yeah.
Is it gold or is it silver?
It's gold.
Okay.
Well, it's probably a silver now. It's cheap.
Yeah.
So
It's
like,
okay.
it's
from
it's
Claire's.
wearing off.
It's from Claire's.
Clear it up.
Oh, clear it up.
Clear it up. Another inside joke. If you don't know what that's from, you know what that's from.
Yes.
Clear it up. Clear it up. But no, so she said, what's that in your nose? And she said, oh, I still see you bald headed.
The bald head was so rude, but the nose thing is, I love it. I think it fits you so well.
Thank you.
And you really don't notice it on you, to be honest.
Until you, well, some people think that I have something in my nose. They're like, hey, I just want to get that for you. And then I remember one person actually grabbed it. I was like, no, I'm like, this is my nose ring. I'm sorry. Should I get a bigger one?
I don't love the like huge ones that people like over exaggerate and like do huge ones, but I think a little bit bigger would be completely fine for you.
Okay, I'll look into that because I've been wanting to get a new nose ring. I did get one, but it's like a teardrop shape or whatever. But if it's not perfectly aligned, it moves, and then it be all like crooked and stuff. And so I remember one time nobody said nothing to me. I'm just living my best life. I go look at the mirror and it is like way like up, like the pointing is that way.
You look crazy. You look crazy. You look like you have one stick coming out of your nose. You can't see the other side.
Oh, I look fine. I look great. But yeah, so that's the thing. I'm like, Granny, you know, if if your granny can't read you and you just love her still, like who can't? Like I love
That's their job. Every time I see my grandmother or my extended family, they're like, "You got fat, bitch," and I'm like, "Hey, girl, how are you?" Like,
whoa.
like I think I remember I saw like my brother-in-law's mother, and I hadn't seen her like since the pandemic, and I saw her like a couple months ago, and she came up to me and she goes, "Hey, baby," and she just starts rubbing my tummy. And she goes, "You got a little bit of a belly." And I was like, "Bitch, you don't get away from me. I'm going to hurt you right now. I'm going to hurt you. Get away from me. I drove over here to see y'all asses. And now you're talking about my body?"
Legs and hips and body. Let's get 'em, girl.
Like, what?
Man, and that's the thing. Like, I do think, and I hate to say this, but bullying sometimes works.
Yeah, it does.
It works. Because
Very effective.
And especially if they bust you out in front of everybody, just get you together in front of the whole family, the whole clique, the whole school, everybody and their mama, and they say, "Oh, baby, just start rubbing belly." No one's ever rubbed my belly, but body positivity.
Yes.
We are approaching Pride season, and actually we're approaching the summer.
Girl,
so
the summer
Pride
is
is
here.
coming up. Pool parties are coming up. Splash at Hippie Hollow is coming up, and bodies, they say, "Oh, I need to get my body right and tight. And so with our community, the gay community specifically, it's a struggle.
It is a struggle. It's a massive undertaking to transition from winter to like summer. Because like spring only exists for like 2 weeks in your brain. Like it's like winter, spring kind of hits, you get that first sun ray that hits your skin. You're like, "Oh, this feels good. Let me go outside in the tank top or whatever." And then before you know it, at least here in Texas, summer's here.
And by the way, I just want to point this out. I love summer. Summer is my favorite time of year because I love the pool parties.
That's your time?
I love when, because I have my little pool party, y'all. I host a pool party every single year.
All right.
And it's my little Speedo party, so you don't have to show up in the Speedo. And I invite everybody. It's not exclusively for men. It's for anybody who I invite. And so when you come, you're supposed to wear a Speedo or wear the color of the theme of that year. So I'm so excited for that. Are you coming to show?
You haven't sent out invitations yet, BJ.
I haven't.
You need to send them out and then do the theme. Because I think a couple years ago, you've done in a row where like you put a theme out, but it's not like the main thing that you put on the invite. I need you to be like, "We're wearing executive Speedos this year," or like, "We're wearing tropical lush," or something. Like, I need a whole theme from you. And you have like, what, 2 months? You have like a little bit over 2 months.
You're right. Because I do it for 4th of July.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to.
Yeah. Are you gonna be here for 4th of July?
I'll be here. I'll be here. Yes,
okay,
yes.
so we'll have the Speedo party, and then that will be when BJ goes off to other things.
Yes.
Okay.
But
body.
But getting back to it, like, even myself, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I know that I've gained weight. Yeah. I know that I've gained weight. And even when I put on some of my clothes, I'm like, "Bitch, this is not fit like this last year." And then I get in my head. Because I'm like, everyone can see that I gained weight. Nobody's told me I gained weight. Like, shout out to my friends for like being respectful.
Yeah.
Like, but I would appreciate if y'all be like, "Hey, BJ, what's going on over there? You need to let me help you out," or something. I don't know.
What does it make you feel? Does it make you feel embarrassed? Or like, what
if someone calls me out, or just
like, I guess you noticed that you were gaining weight or your clothes did not fit the same as they did last year. Like, what did that make you feel in that moment?
Man, I'm still feeling it. And I'm just being vulnerable with you right now.
It's hard to talk about body issues, first of all. Like, we only get one body, and we go through a lot with our own bodies, and we have to, like, deal with it silently, because, like, you don't just talk about your body every single day with everybody.
Right.
And you don't open up other people's opinions about your body every single day. So talking about it's hard. So go ahead and talk your shit.
I would say it's hard for me to just think about it, because then I'll start feeling bad about myself, which I shouldn't feel bad about myself, because that's just life. We grow. We could expand.
Yeah.
We can. And so, but what I always do right away, I always get that. Stop it. Do not focus on that. You look good.
Yeah.
If you feel good, that's okay. So, but I have to tell myself, you are okay. You are okay. It's that repeated reassurance from my own self, and not trying to get the validation from somebody else.
Right. But you definitely sometimes do it for other people. Like, I remember a couple summers ago, I was like, all right, I'm gonna dip it and do it this summer. I'm gonna have a good time. And I remember it was like, what, December 2022 or something like that, and I was like, I'm not eating anymore. Like, I'm not gonna be eating until maybe May, maybe June. And so I was like, low-key, not just eating disorder, but like not healthy eating habits, because I was so internalized of like, okay, I wanted to lose weight. I want to be a certain size. So I'm going to stop eating. I'm going to start doing these things so I can achieve that goal. But like long term, it wasn't very healthy for me. Like I wasn't being very healthy. Like during that period of my life, I was either drinking alcohol 4 out of the 7 days of the week. I mean, heavily drinking alcohol. And then like having maybe 2 to 3 days where I could actually like eat healthily or eat like the nutrients that my body needs.
Yeah.
I would just slam the alcohol back after the pandemic. So I was in a different world. Let's just say that.
I remember when I moved to Louisiana, because that's where my family, that's where we moved to. But I was an adult at this age. And I remember getting hit on just by people just in different ways of life. And I was like, well, because I've never experienced that. Because I grew up in Boise, Idaho.
Yes.
And so coming to Louisiana, I'm bigger than much the kids, like, from where I am. But, I didn't like that down there. Like, so I was very just like, whoa, okay, I've never experienced this before. And then there was one year when I was in college, I started working out with my old roommate. Straight black dude, like, he's cool. But when I tell you that was my body was tea. And then I noticed that I got different what's the word I'm looking for?
Like treatment, responses.
There we go. I got different treatment for the way I look because I was snatched. If I can find the pictures, I was
the waist was wasting, the titties were tittying.
I didn't even think I could get biceps.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, what the hell is this? And so,
yeah.
Do you know what age you, I guess, realized that your body got you a certain type of attention, like the way you looked?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't think so. I think like when I was younger, I thought about it, but I never like had a concrete like moment where, because I was not sexually active until I was in college.
Okay.
At all. So like when I went to college and I remember going to Rain for the first time here in Austin, I've been here for a long time, girl. I went to Rain for my first gay bar and I went in by myself. And then I think I met a dude or something, and then like at that point I realized like I was like 9 years younger than him, and he was like, "Oh my god, you're so snatched," and I was like a swimmer at the time, so I had like a swimmer build and all that type of stuff, and he was like, "Oh my god," and so like I felt lusted after. Then I was like, "This is kind of nice."
It's intoxicating. Like, it's an intoxicating feeling
to be wanted, to be desired, darling.
But it's true though, and I think that is something I think a lot of people do chase for, and it doesn't have to just be gay. I think anybody loves when people just give them unconditional love and attention and just want to do things for you. Yeah. Because also just with attractiveness, it also warrants, that's your currency and access to many things.
Wake that up.
If you look a certain way and you fit the mold that most, that's considered socially acceptable, you have the golden snitch from Harry Potter.
Baby, you have 26 hours in the day, honey. You have an 8-day week, baby. Your life is easier in a way that you never realized.
Right. And I'm trying to think the time of my life when I truly did realize, like, the way I look, both positive and negative, like, what age was I? So I think when I was in college is when I first noticed that I'm like, okay, I look a certain way because I've been working out, eating better, and people are actually talking to me more and hollering at me. And then, when I started gaining weight, not to say it stopped, it slowed down.
It slowed down. And like the people that you used to be able to, chat. I think Grindr and the online community of it all, there's a certain number of signals you can have to a person. You can have what's in your profile, you can have your picture, and then maybe what you say to them initially to get them to respond to you. And what they're going to do is look at what currency do you have. Is this person hot in the way that I want them to be hot? Are they skinny enough? Are they hot enough? They have a big enough ass? Or they have a big enough dick? Or they have a great face?
Yeah.
So like that's conditioned, at least a lot of the gay men, to be like, I have to look a certain way to get a response from the people I want to get a response from. And I think that silent thing in the back of all our minds as gay men is really pervasive in a lot of the things that are in our community. Like if you go to circuit parties, right? The girls who do go to circuit parties, a majority of them work out a certain way or eat a certain way to have a certain body. So when they go to these things, they're like muscle man, together, kiss, kiss, kiss. Twink, together, kiss, kiss, kiss.
Yes.
Like they want to have certain categories they fit into so they can get the kind of social engagement that they want to have or sexual engagement that they want to have.
Yes.
And it's very interesting because I don't think we talk about it as gay men of like that part. Like we talk about we want to work out, we want to look good, but not like I feel like I have to work out. I feel like I have to continue eating in a certain way and having steroids or doing whatever so I can fulfill this, so I can get this. It's like a trade.
Get the access to go talk to, or just be in the midst of those groups.
Yes.
Because when you do go to circuit parties, you know, there are cliques, but there's cliques everywhere.
Cliques everywhere.
And we're not saying, well, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because that's just reality.
No, girls, have fun at the circuit parties.
Yeah,
We're just examining what you see at a circuit party. Or not, take circuit parties out of it. A gay club in general. You walk into a gay club. Let's say you're looking fine, you're feeling fine, you're stomping it down, you're walking in. People are going to notice you because you're confident. You look good, and they're going to come and try to talk to you or look at you, or at least look at you. And if you look a hot damn mess and you don't take care of yourself, people are going to be like, oh, and they just write you off.
That ain't always true, though, because you could be looking a hot mess, don't look like you take care of yourself, but if you have the body mold.
Yeah,
if you have the body mold, because
That's true.
I've seen some scarecrows at Rain. I've seen some scarecrows at Highland.
Can we go ahead and say, can a body make up for a bad face? Can a body, if you ugly, let's say you're born that way, and then you go into the gym and you work out and you have the nicest body that you can possibly achieve, do you think that makes it up for it in people's minds, or in at least the gay community?
Well,
I think both people feel both ways. So I don't think there's a right answer.
Yeah,
to this.
there is. It truly just depends on that person. But I'll let you know, and I've said this before publicly to my friends. I think I look at here first.
You look at the
look
face.
at your face. I'm like, if your face, hot is hot to me. Because I've seen some scarecrows who are muscly, but looking crazy.
Crazy.
And then I've seen some guys who are, say, like, you know, they're very voluptuous. I don't know what the word, like, you know.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
Juicy.
They're fat. I don't think nothing wrong with saying
there's
fat.
nothing wrong with saying fat.
They're fat. And I'm like, they are hot. I think I've been in the club, which I was like, look at him. And you look at me like, BJ, what the hell? I'm like, he's hot to me.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Sometimes I'd be like, girl, but also I'm just tired at that point.
But I examine the whole package. I'm like, you know, I'm going to be looking here most of the time. I'm not going to be looking at the body, all of that. But I do appreciate a big old dude with some muscles. I really do. But I also appreciate a big fat dude. I do.
So the face is important to you, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, is it important to you?
I'm like thinking back. I'm like, is it?
Let me see your track record. Let me
Exactly. Go ahead and think about my track record, and we'll see.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's like, I'm not like a looks person, even though I can probably say yes, I am. I like the vibe of a person for the most part. I feel. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I do look over looks.
well,
Because my familiar right now looks fine. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
I'm
He looks
clocking
great.
it. I'm clocking in your familiar and your previous familiar.
Yeah. The averaging it out.
I'm like, yeah, that's you have a special recipe that you like to use.
I just
As
like a
do
man. I like a man who just calls me his man. I'm very easy in that way. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, you want to what?
Have you ever felt invisible in any type of space? Let's take a gay space because of the way you looked.
Oh yeah, obviously. I think obviously. Now do I think people open up themselves to other body types for sure, but like I think with the twink community, right? Like I was after coming out of college, got a little bit bigger, wasn't exactly like a college student anymore, so like I did not fit into that mold, and I definitely felt a shift from like very, very desirable college student type of environment to like, girl, you're just another bitch on the street. Like you kind of fallen out of that category. So what category are you in? You're not really in one. Yeah, I personally don't like playing the Grindr game. That like killed my self-confidence.
What you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Like
What's
all
the
the
Grindr game?
The Grindr game. Getting on Grindr when you're horny or whatever, and then sending out messages to people, and then seeing if they'll like you enough and like want you enough to come and like hook up with you.
Yeah.
That whole game like did not do well for me. Like in 2023, I think I did that for the last time, and after some guy flaked on me after I had prepared and gotten everything ready, I literally was like, I'm not doing this anymore. and I was so dead ass fucking serious. I was like, I'm not gonna try to appeal to other people.
Right.
Like,
I get it.
And then I got in a relationship and all that stuff. But like, I was like, I'm just not doing this anymore. I don't want to have to fit a certain mold. Because I was like at my skinniest 2023. And so like, I just was
I went to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Maybe my body was boom in that photo.
I think you look. I'm telling you, you are very. I would say thick. I think you look so good.
Thank you.
But I also do remember what you looked like when we went to Puerto Rico,
Yes.
and your body was very snatched.
Yes,
I do
very
remember
snatched,
that.
honey. The 2023, baby, I was snatched. But I also, again, wasn't very healthy. Mentally, I was going through it. And so, like, I think your body is one thing, but, like, who you are and what you're going through is, like, a whole different thing.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this question, but
Please.
I want to give you my take on it first. So I would say when I was at my health, I would say, you know, when I was my fittest, I would say that I was in such a good headspace because I was around people who were helping me get to that. And, you know, I wasn't even wanting that. I was just like, you know, to my roommate, hey, do you mind if I work out with you? He was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we built up a routine. We had community, and we helped each other out. I was mentally in a really good headspace. But I do know and seen resources of just people saying, hey, I look like this. I look my best, but I was miserable inside. So I want to ask you, when we, just that time around Puerto Rico, when you did, because if we can get a photo, we can post
we'll put it up here. Skinny, honey.
How did you feel? Like, were you mentally well?
Like, I could wear a medium back then, and now I'm in, like, XLs. So, like, that's the size difference, which is fine.
Yes.
Which is fine. What was the question? I'm sorry. You asked me.
No. What I'm asking is, when some people are, I say, like, at their best.
Yes.
They
How did I
are not
feel?
mentally, they're always not mentally there because, you know, they're trying to fight and strive for that perfect physique and not even deviate off of that. And they're miserable inside.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that? Like, you know, at any point, like, you know, when your body was like, yes, but I'm dying inside almost.
Yes and no. Like, my 2023 is my Saturn returns. And Saturn returns basically means, like, things are shifting in your astrological sign, and so life changing is happening. So that was 2023 for me. So I was going through a lot of changes that year. Yeah, I was going through it in my brain. Like, I was like, things were setting me off very easily. I had to wake up and obsessively go work out at 6. So I woke up at 6 every single morning and, like, had a routine. And it wasn't as bad as, like, it wasn't horrible, but I remember just being like, I'm working towards a goal. And then when I realized the goal was, like, just looking good on Grindr and sitting out photos so that people could like me enough so I can go to their house or whatever. And then we rendezvous and then I go home and then repeat that process. That to me was like, what am I working for?
Yeah.
What am I doing all this work? Why am I starving myself and only eating 1.5 meals a day to get to this? Right. And I think I literally at one point was like, I am done. I'm good.
You've had it.
I'm good.
You've had it.
I am good. Now, whatever happens in life happens in life. But at this current moment, zero want to do that.
I can't think of a moment in time where I was at such a low mentally, but I know I looked good. And I'm not even at a low right now, but I can let you know and truly just be honest with you is that I am trying to dig myself out of a hole, but it's my own self, hole I put my own self in. No one has put me in that hole. And I'll just let you know, like, when it comes to, like, Zyda, when it comes to Dylan, they truly do reaffirm me. They're just like, you look fine. I don't know what's wrong with you. Because we'll be hanging out. And I'm like, man, I could change it. And it's specifically with Zyda, she's like, BJ, I don't know what you are trying to see, but I don't think you see yourself the way I see you, the way someone else sees you. And I do believe her, but I'm trying to truly believe in myself. I let's say 75% believe, but there's that 25% in the back of my head is like, no.
You hear your voice coming out and you're like, no, I've already noticed 4 things on me right now that need to be improved. I think it's very important to have those friends. I have a friend, my best friend's little sister, Natalie. If I ever send her in our group chat, I'm like, I'm so fat today, or I don't feel good today, or I say something that's, like, bad about my body. She's like 10 years younger than me. But she's like, I think you've looked the best you've ever looked. And I've known you for 25 years. I think you're gorgeous. And I think you're beautiful when you were skinny, and you're beautiful where your body is now. And, like, when you have someone reaffirm you in that way, it really is like, you know what, bitch, I am that bitch.
Yes.
Like, I'm a whole human. I got a lot of experiences. So yeah, I do think that's great to have your friends tell you about your body. Now, if you want to do the thing that you said earlier, we're like, hey girl, we think you're gaining a little bit of weight, and you want people to do that, put that message out there.
I will say to my friends. Now, other hoes, I don't know y'all.
Right.
Get
and
out
make
my
sure your friend's not an acquaintance. Make sure you know your title.
Buddies. Because, you know, we don't say acquaintances no more.
Oh.
We don't say that no more because people get their feelings hurt. But I will say, LeBron, one thing that I'm truly happy that I can report today is that I am in a better space because, like, you know, I'm tired of always constantly being on a diet. Let's get that out there. I think I've been on a diet my whole life. Yep. Like, when I truly recognize what my body looked like compared to
others.
Yes, compared
and also
to
having
others.
a black body is different than having a white body or another body that can naturally achieve certain looks, and the black body sometimes goes no. Like,
now I don't know about all of that because I think black folks look the best when we are like built.
let me speak for my people.
Oh,
The
okay.
Huggins genes, girl, we're thick bitches. And like you can hide and run for a few years, but once like 26, 27, 28 happens in your life, like you're going to gain a few. The thighs alone are going to just start accumulating. So it's fine.
It's more of just being okay with, because I'm aging as well.
Yeah.
And I know my metabolism is slowing down. And it's more of just like, BJ, it is okay. And if I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to go to the gym for me. And so I will say I am in a really good headspace as far as like, I want to improve this, but I'm not trying so much to improve for someone else.
Yeah.
Even though that part of BJ that's like yelling is like, you need to do this because you want to look this certain way. You need, that part is like, I would say diminished. But and the bigger part of my brain is like, hey, yeah, let's go move your body. Let's do some positive body movement and do things that you like. So that way you look better, but you're doing it for yourself.
That's a very healthy way of saying it. I love that. Like it's very, very healthy. Like it's like finding the joy within yourself or finding whatever it is that motivates you for yourself.
Yes.
Is a healthy way of doing it, walking yourself through that. Because if you're doing it for the gay community, you're doing it for another man, you're doing it for whoever else, you're not doing it for you. And so you're going to suffer more if you're not doing it for yourself.
Let me tell you this. I sat myself down one day because it was when I was just really just going through it. And I'm like, BJ, why are you over here stressing over looking good for somebody you never even got?
Period.
That you don't even have. How about you stress about looking good for yourself? How about you stress about being the better person you can? I really am in a good spot right now. I'm like, and I'm glad I think this way about myself because I would say maybe last year, like around December or something, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it.
I also have a theory that people get fatter under Republican administrations. That's my opinion because I think that people get stressed out. They like the fucking shit goes like things start happening that are like detrimental to the future. And I think people start losing a little bit of hope. That's my opinion during Republican administrations. And so like I'm always snatched during a Democratic presentation. During Joe Biden, bitch. But like during Trump, not so much. So I think like there's seasonality in life to everyone, and we all have to just ride the wave of whatever's happening in our lives. And if you get bigger, you get bigger. And if you get smaller, you get smaller. There's Ozempic, there's the other girls out there. Do whatever works for you, and you can be healthy.
Now, how do you feel about the girlies that truly like detest people who love their body, love the way they look, and like just say for someone who's fat.
Yeah.
Someone who's fat. But then you have someone who is like a muscly person, man or woman, doesn't matter, or trans or non-binary, and they are constantly tearing down people who truly are happy with what they are bringing to the table.
I think if someone's morbidly obese and they have a health concern and they're close to this person and they are willing to hear them, then go for it. If not one of those conditions are met, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I don't think a fit person has the right to just be like, hey, fat person, let me tell you why you're obese and what you need to do to make it better. But I think if you have a relationship with that person, then you can say whatever you want.
I agree. Totally agree.
But like, we don't need bitches out here being like on the subway telling people how to lose weight. No.
Some people might be doing that. It's like, you don't need to be like, just mind your business.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Bodies are bodies. Bodies are bodies.
Bodies are bodies. Now, what about when, I don't know. Actually, I lost my train of thought. What you got?
Has any feature that has a man ever been not attractive in a certain way that made you not want to date them, even though they had a good personality, they had a good job, everything else was pretty much fine, but you didn't like their nose, or you didn't like their ears, or you didn't like their chin?
Oh, I was like, you should already know I love a nose. I love a nice beak.
Okay.
I love a nice beak.
A place to sit. Yes. Hey, the listeners know. This is a sexually active. We have an explicit label on this on Apple Podcasts. One of our listeners, Alex. Hi, Alex. She sent me a thing that says it's blocked on her ISD website. We're flagged as explicit, so we can say what the fuck we want on this podcast.
I've been abstinent. I have.
Okay, we didn't say you were fucking on this podcast.
No, what was your question?
I would say you like a beak. You like a beak.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
have you ever dated someone or said no to them because they're not attractive in some way?
Oh yeah, I don't play no games. Like if I'm not feeling you, like if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not going to do the do-si-do with you. Now, when I was in my 20s, probably so. I'm like, why not?
Right.
Because I'm like, ain't nobody calling me. Let me go out with you. But I'm like, I don't do that right now. If I'm not attracted to you, I don't want to waste your time.
Sure.
What about you? Have you stopped someone's like, no.
I mean, I definitely have, but like I definitely look past that after a certain point. Like I've had partners in the past where I've looked past that. I'm like, oh, I like them for who they are. And then like I just get past it and I don't think about it again.
You saying you dated somebody ugly?
Yeah, in college. Absolutely.
Oh.
I look back and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? I thought this was the most gorgeous person in the world. And I look back and I'm like, this was a gremlin.
Has anyone ever told you, like someone that you were dating or something, like, hey, I don't like this about you, or let's say, oh, you gained weight, or what's going on, or you've lost weight? Because I know some people, they'll get with someone who is, like, say, bigger, and then they start to lose weight, and they get upset about that. So have you ever met or been with someone that's done it to you?
No, not really.
No, really?
I've had, I will say, because this just came to mind, so I didn't want to say it. I had a hookup a long time ago. This is like back in college.
Okay.
And I may have said this on the podcast. Maybe I haven't. But we had rendezvoused twice. This is the second hookup after like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when he was leaving, he was like, I liked you better with your curly hair. Because I had just shaved all of my hair off. And so like he gave me like a critique on the way out. And I remember being like, I fucking don't need that critique. And I've never forgotten it. I'm like, so every time I get a haircut, I'm like, am I uglier if I get a haircut?
Did you go see him again? Like,
No, I never saw that human again. I literally never saw that human again. Like, no. Like, whatever. I do want to talk about something else.
Go ahead.
Do you have anything else to add on this topic?
No, go ahead.
Hey, Messy Thoughts listeners, this is LeBron. So I'm about to talk about Hantavirus, and I'm going to say things that are a little bit incorrect. I was still learning along with the rest of us what that was. So I am so sorry for the misinformation I'm about to spread, but just letting you know that this is a segment about Hantavirus, and some things are wrong. Go look up the facts for yourself, and things are still evolving today. So yeah, go take a look and get back to the show.
So, BJ, have you heard about this Hantavirus? Have you heard about the Hantavirus?
Okay, say it without an accent. What?
The Hantavirus. Hanta virus.
No. I've heard
Shut the fuck up, BJ. You haven't heard about this virus?
I've heard of virus, but not the Hanta.
Baby. Do you know we're about to go in lockdown again, honey? This COVID episode was last week.
Okay.
This is our COVID episode part 2.
Elucidate me.
Okay, so there's a cruise ship off the coast of some fucking where. I don't know. I think it's in Florida. I should have done that research. Sorry. So this is on May 2nd. They were supposed to come back and dock and let everyone off and then reload with new people and take off again. Well, the Hantavirus has been spreading on that ship, and there's 7 confirmed cases outside of that ship today. So like what they were doing is holding those people on the ship. That was May 2nd. A couple of days later on May 4th, people started getting really, really sick. So they had like 12 cases on the boat, 147 people on the boat. They couldn't get off. And then people started dying. I know, it's serious. This is not funny. Like 40% mortality rate. So out of the 7 people, like I think they have 3 deaths so far. And they're getting off in the Dominican Republic somewhere and then being let back into their homes.
What is this?
So it's like, it's a respiratory disease that is, so we spread it through breathing, but it's a rat disease that they shit and poo and pee. And then like it goes into the air and then we breathe it and it's mutated. And so it's kind of like coronavirus where it's spreading through breath. And it's spreading, it's a big concern. So like online, it's a big thing right now. Like if you look at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, like Hantavirus is very much
Hantavirus.
Hantavirus. Just listeners, while he's looking that up, if you want to protect yourself against the Hantavirus or whatever it's called, you can do 1 part bleach, 1 part water, and scrub your house really, really well. Specifically, if you have rodents or squirrels or anything that come into your house in that way, that is a way you can protect yourself. Just want to put that out there. And don't drink it like that fucking president told us to do.
So where did this, like, how did this spring up?
So, like, this happens on cruise ships all the time. Like, little viruses, little human viruses happen all the time. But, like, they usually don't kill people. They usually don't make people deathly sick. But this is one of the times when this cruise ship, whatever happened on this cruise ship, made it, like, mutate in a horrible way, which are causing a 40% mortality rate. So people are not doing well. I don't know exactly if they're off this ship at this current moment. Again, this is going to post next week. But I don't know if they're also, by the time next week, we may have confirmed case. There's 2 confirmed cases in Texas right now.
I'm texting my boss today. I'm staying home.
So I just want to let you and the listeners know, like, if there's another lockdown, like, how are you going to take that? Like,
and you thought to wait to this time to tell me you've had my number.
I thought it was general knowledge that, like, this may happen again. I didn't know.
Goddamn pig at your ass.
So how do you feel about potentially another pandemic?
Well, based on what you said about the 2020 episode, I guess we're going to be paying attention more. We're going to start more.
Right, protests will be coming. We'll be in the streets more. Unemployment.
Something like.
Do you
I
think?
I don't want another lockdown. I don't. I'm supposed to be going to Europe this summer. I don't want to.
I know all this work for our summer bodies, and like, what are we gonna?
Girl, what summer
we're not gonna
bodies?
be outside.
I'm giving Greece everything with the body I got. What did Mariah Carey say?
With the body I got. No, it's really traumatic if this were to happen again. If this were like, I don't think it will. I think that like God will spare us this time and be like, you bitches are fine. But like, what if it happens again, BJ?
What did Lala Ray say? Lord, bitch. No, you're not a bitch, Lord.
Yeah,
Lord, girl. Okay. I'm just not ready for it. And I hope we can get control of it.
Yeah.
I hope the CDC does their big one.
WHO's all over it, baby.
Do something, y'all. Help these people. Don't just send them out to the raptor. Because when you said they were in Dominican Republic, I'm like, are they supposed to be there? Or are they just?
That's where they accepted them. I will put something in below of the comments of what actually happened. But yeah.
We know our girl loves to spread misinformation.
I looked at a few articles before this, but I was like, I don't think they're off. But there are 2 confirmed cases, so maybe they are off in Texas.
Okay.
So it's weird, but just clean your shits, clean your whatevers, and try not to cough on people.
Can we take a break? I need to go wash my ass. Can we
Yeah.
take a break?
Take
Okay.
a break.
All right.
Take a break.
All right, y'all. We are back on the record. I went to the
He's a G.
bathroom.
He's
I
a
scrubbed
G.
myself. Like you got me nervous.
Girl,
over here.
viruses happen all the time, but just protect yourself. That's all I'm saying. I tried to bring the news to this podcast. Okay.
All right, y'all. Last week when we recorded this, we had went to the corner store to go re-up. We got our Red Bulls and things, but then Keller and that one was like, oh, look at these THC drinks.
Girl, they were just selling THC drinks in Texas. I was like, is this legal?
So I was like, okay, I don't like doing drugs like that. That's not my thing. But for the y'all girls that love to do it, not pointing at you.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's one co-host that loves it. I'm not gonna say which one.
Anyway, so we got the THC drinks, and I've been saving it because I'm nervous because you remember the last time I took an edible, I was high for over 24
Lizzo
hours.
remembers, yeah.
And I did not like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this drink and just chill. It's gross. The breathe, it's gross. Why do y'all drink that? It tastes like marijuana.
It does taste like a little.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's a little like I'm drinking a chemical that was like, it was hard to get down, I will say.
Okay, all right. Because I went on
Me and my
TikTok.
familiar had to share it because I couldn't get half of it down. I was like, you have to drink this.
I went on TikTok and I was like, let me just look this up just to see, what are the responses? What do people, how do they, after an hour, what happens to them? And everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is so tasty. It's sparkly. Ooh la la. I'm like, okay, well, we're finna do this.
Right.
I took one sip of that.
Battery
No!
acid. It tastes like
Ooh.
battery acid at some level. Like battery acid and lemonade combined, so it hides the battery acid, but you can still fully taste it.
If anybody can recommend a THC drink or something along those lines that does not have that pungent, gross taste, oh God, it was so nasty.
It was not good, girl.
Pour it
There
right
are good
on
ones.
out.
There are good ones. California, Colorado, there are great drinks. You'll never even know that stuff is in there. But I think the chemical whatever of this drink, it's just not.
Breathe.
It's not the one.
I'm sorry not to sound ridiculous, but it's gross.
Maybe they have another flavor. And that company, please send us another flavor so we can try it. Maybe we can promote you, and maybe you can sponsor the pod.
We'll see. But if anybody got any recommendations for a THC drink, cool. But now, I want to extend a big fuck you to the Houston parking or city of Houston. Fuck y'all.
Yeah!
Fuck all y'all.
Fuck you bitches. Why?
Because I was in Houston last week and I went out to Montrose, and to park in Montrose is a feat of its own. Okay, just trying to find actually just free parking. So I'm just moving around, moving and grooving. I'm like, okay, I finally found a spot to park.
Right.
I park and I look around. Everybody seems to be on the same page. So I'm like, all right, go out, have a little fun. Went to Crocker, which Crocker is so much fun. Shout out to Crocker.
Right. Shout out.
Come back to my car. I have a ticket on my car.
Girl.
Guess how much the ticket was?
For part, was this like $36?
40.
Woo!
40. $40.
That's 2
And I'm
vodka
like,
sodas.
for what? Like I looked, I'm like, what is this ticket for? I parked too close to the stop sign.
What do you mean? Oh, like it was like the stop sign was right here and you were right here?
Sure.
I've gotten that ticket one time, and I was like, that's some bullshit.
It is some bullshit because I think it was like 20 or 30 feet I have to be. I'm like, okay. So I went to the stop sign and I started doing the walking just to see how many steps it was. And so then some other gays thought I was drunk. They were like, oh, baby, you're good. Go ahead and get in the car and drive. I'm like,
you're doing a sobriety test.
I'm like, first off, I'm not drunk. Second, why would you encourage me to drive if you think I'm drunk?
Houston, people be drinking and driving in Houston.
So check this. I do the 30 or 20. It was 30. I did 30 steps. That whole little block. Why don't they just block that off and says do not park here?
They need to appropriately sign it and be like, no parking past this
because
point right here.
They got signs everywhere that say you can't park here. So y'all could not just block that off right there?
You'd think a place like as car dependent as Houston would have all the signage figured out, but what I understand is they do not. And they will give you a ticket for
everything.
If you're too close to the stop sign, if you're too far from the curb, if you're too close to the other car, if you're not in the line, they will get you for what. And Houston loves a ticket. They love a ticket. You park in one of those lots for 1 extra minute, then your thing is allowed. They will boot your shit.
I'll just tell you, I would say the level of pissed off I got. Think of it like a tea kettle. When you turn it on, it's just not yet though, not that yet. It's just chilling. It's like I saw the ticket. I'm like, oh, I got a ticket. But then once I started thinking about it, rage set in.
Yeah.
And then I just let up. I was pissed. So I called the people. And I was like, hello, how are you doing? My name is. We gonna block that out. Y'all gonna know my name. Hello, my name is BJ, and I want to just talk about this ticket. And I was doing my best. I code switched so good, but I was talking to her sister, and she wasn't having it.
Oh, she said, "No, sir, I can't help you in this regard right today. You got to pay that right now, or you can go to court, baby."
That's what she said. I was like, all right. So all that to say is, Houston parking, fuck y'all, fuck all y'all, but also fuck you to the police of Pflugerville.
What do they do now?
Today.
Everyone is catching a motherfucking straight. I love it.
Fuck y'all. I'm at Dutch Bros in line.
Right. As a good Christian woman that you are, yes.
I'm in line.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've been to McDonald's lately, but they have the 2 lanes.
Oh, the double lane. Mm-hmm. The Chick-fil-A invented that. Mm-hmm.
But that is when they are taking orders from both places.
Yes.
They were not doing that. They were only taking orders from the one line. So then the police brung his monkey ass up there and got in front of me and cut me.
He went in front.
Yes!
Baby,
yes!
Citizen's arrest. You should have gone and knocked on that door.
I was like, what the hell is this? I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you really? So then the girl comes up to me. I'm like, who the fuck are they? They just cut me off. She's like, what? I'm like, they just cut me off. And didn't even offer me a free drink.
They didn't offer you nothing for your inconvenience?
I mean, we was kikiing and cutting up about it. But then I got up to the front. I was telling everybody who would listen. I told 2 people. But I was telling...
the person who got your payment and the person who handed you your food.
I'm like, I'm letting all these motherfuckers know how low down they are. They cut me off and they shouldn't have cut me off. So to the police of Pflugerville, fuck y'all.
They do love turning their lights on and going through a red light for absolutely no reason. I'm pretty sure I've seen it hundreds of times, and you can't be just getting a call at a red light and be like, oh, I gotta go, and turn on your lights and go.
Over again, just thinking I'm pissed. I was literally like, these motherfuckers really are cutting me. And didn't even do a little wave, oh, I'm sorry.
Were they in an SUV?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
oh, baby, they had a canine back there. They needed his pup cup. And
I'm like, do I get out? Do I knock on the door? But I'm like, but they got guns.
Baby, that's when you write the license plate down and be like, I saw them doing donuts in the parking lot.
And I was like, can I report them for cutting me off?
No, girl, it's your tax dollars. No one's going to investigate.
But wouldn't that piss you off?
Absolutely.
I was in such a good mood, and then these motherfuckers.
Oh, I love risking my life getting on I-35 and people not trying to let me in. I have a Geico insurance. I've been there with them for 13 years. I will crash our cars together if you don't let me in. So
Geico, he did not say that.
I don't like anybody. Yeah, I don't like anyone trying to not let me in or try to cut in front of me. I will let someone in if they wave, if they do it politely. But if you were gonna just take your place in front of me, we're both dying.
I know not to ride with you.
I'm taking this to the nth degree. I'm taking this too far.
So
anyways.
I just want to say, so all that to say,
you need to stay in the house.
Houston, Pflugerville police, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, y'all you need to stay in the house. You need to not go anywhere for a little bit. Something is brewing. Well, yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say this week on Messy Thoughts.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening again. And if you do see the Pflugerville police, don't do nothing that's gonna get you arrested, but just
BJ Burgess.
just I don't know, put your fist up at him, just go, I'm gonna get you. I don't know, something like that.
This is for the Dutch Bros cutting. It's
the principle. How do you think you can just do that just because you got guns?
They had somewhere to be. They had to protect and
They
serve.
didn't have nowhere to be.
They had to protect
Even
and
the
serve.
girl at the front, she was like, I can't stand them bitches either.
Was this early morning?
It was 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, they shouldn't have done it. They should only do this after like 9 when people are going trying to get to work. I can't let you cut. I had to get to work.
And I'm like, do we not see the flow of this traffic? And you just think you could just cut.
Because they said, "What you gonna do? What you gonna do?"
Truly, I
What?
was up there looking bald-headed and confused.
Baby, they're like, that tire is deflated. You have your registration's old. We're gonna go ahead and get you a ticket for that back bumper. Like, yeah.
And when that happened, I was like, I knew I should have just got out and just went to just the little front desk just to order. I was mad. But yeah, thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all for so
listening to
much.
another episode of Messy Thoughts. Please go to all of our social medias. We have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have Instagram. Go to all of those. Like, share, subscribe, and we do love comments. We love the engagement, don't we?
We do.
We love the engagement. So please, y'all, when you see something or hear something that we said, comment on it. Let us know. What else you got?
If you want to protect yourself from Hantavirus going forward, I think you should just clean your house. Be in the know. Don't be like BJ and like absolutely not know what's going on in the world. Maybe actually pay attention to the news. I think that's, and I hope next time we talk, this is not a thing anymore, and it's just a fad, like kind of hot topic. But if we do shut down again, listeners, we will be doing this virtually, so we'll be fine. We'll continue this pod no matter what.
Okay, bitch.
That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say.
All right, y'all. This is Wait, what?
I just want to say they in Austin they're shutting down all the massage parlors that are special and like give a little handy to girls.
Saw
just
that.
putting it out there. Go ahead and stop going to these places because they're getting y'all asses.
And all the things I see on the news, that's what I did.
You did see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Girl, they can't open up another massage parlor for 5 years in that location. I said, oh, the jig is up. The jig is up.
Y'all, this is Messy Thoughts, where the thoughts are messy.
And the bottoms have never been messy. Not. Exactly.
Bye, bitch. So stupid.
Exactly. That's what I came here to do.
Messy thoughts.
It's dead ass serious. Dead ass serious.
What is happening? Like, I'm itching, like, for real. It's like...
No, it's not a coincidence. Every time that orange Cheeto is in the fucking White House, we have a goddamn pandemic.